Welcome back. In this lesson, I just want to briefly teach you an important concept about how network address translation or NAT works for public IP addresses. So, let's take a quick look at this diagram. Here we have an EC2 instance. It has an Ethernet interface and it has a private IP and a public IP address. Now, one of the things you'll notice is, if you take a look at the command line, if you run a tool like ipconfig, ifconfig, etc. that I've run here, it will show you the IP addresses on that particular interface. Now, you'll notice that we have the private IP address here. Normally, on most servers, if you have a public IP address, it will be configured and you would see it here, but EC2 doesn't. It only sees the private IP address. The public IP address does not exist anywhere on your EC2 instance. Your instance doesn't know anything about that public IP address. And the reason the private IP address is shown here is that it's actually associated with the adapter. Now, your instance doesn't know that. That actually takes place externally to the instance, and it's done by the Internet Gateway. So, the Internet Gateway performs network address translation. It performs not one-to-one. What that means is that when a packet leaves your instance, it has a private IP address as a source to any destination address on the Internet. In other words, the NAT gateway will change the source address to be the public or elastic IP address. And then when the return traffic comes back, it goes to the public IP address, and the Internet Gateway will translate it to the private IP address. So, we've seen before how NAT works. I just wanted to let you know what is actually happening with respect to public IP addresses. So, your instances don't actually see them. So, it's important to understand that if you're using the command line and looking for the public IP, you're not seeing it there because of that. It's happening externally to the instance. So that's about it. Just a quick lesson to explain that concept to you. See you next time.